What's up, freaks and geeks? You ever wondered what it would be like to be a drug addict? Yo, what are you watching? Oh, only the best podcast on earth? Really? What is it? Let me show you. It's More at 6 with Ari. Yeah! It's More at 6. It's More at 6. It's More at 6 with Ari. Take it back now. It's More at 6. Hey, hold up, let her spit. So what's it about? It's just a really good podcast. Okay, I don't really get the whole point of this. Just watch the show. I thought that would be a very funny, quirky way to start this podcast. Guys, I'm having quite a problem here. Now, it is in, again, my Piscian nature to be one recreational user of the drugs, the substances, maybe even abuse them a little bit, Oh, guys, I almost forgot. How the hell did this end up on the floor? Who did that? Wasn't me. Hold on, Oh, it was on the entire fucking time? Nice. Guys, I have 3 very special topics for you today. I decided to structure this a little differently for the second one. Maybe I'll stick with it. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I have a lot of things that I can talk about, but alas, my attention span is that the equivalent of a squirrel sometimes. I can talk about things, but only for so long, and then I get distracted onto the next thing, right? So, now, the reason I bring up the whole drug thing, whatever, to circle it back, is because I had a job interview the other day, okay? I am one who likes to dabble in the substances, as we discussed earlier, I like to drink a little bit of Moscato every once in a while, maybe. I like to smoke weed, These are 2 things that are pretty common amongst people nowadays, Weed's becoming more normalized. Alcohol is, for some fucking reason, the most normalized drug, I feel like. Maybe. It's not? Wait, let me go through the databases of drugs in my brain. Yeah, I'd say so. Okay, so great. Now, this particular job did not want me to do any sort of thing. Like, oh, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Nicotine. They didn't want me to vape. They didn't want me to smoke. They didn't even go over weed. I mean, I'm sure she would have had a goddamn heart attack if she knew how much weed I smoke in a day. Because she's, like, that whole business model that this cleaning company is under is more of, like, all organic, like, what's it called? Like, just probably, like, vegan shit, healthy lifestyle, promoting that shit. So they didn't want me to be vaping, it's bad for the company. And she was very, very stern about that. Like, she was basically saying that she had a lot of connections in the state, and if you, decide you want to, vape in the car, or maybe even outside, if somebody sees you, they're going to call that shit in. Your ass is grass. And not the smokable kind, you know what I mean? So, after I had, initially, before she said all that bullshit, I was excited for the job, because they seem like nice people, man. And, I like the idea of all organic, cleaning products. Give me a break. Like, I don't want to use a chemical if I don't have to. Maybe I can use something that's better for the environment, smells better. I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? I need to stop doing this. I do this constantly. I need to get into the podcasting habit. You know what I mean? Great. But guys, I just didn't understand how she could be so, uptight about smoking and all this shit. When, of course, yes, it's damaging to the body and it's not grand. There's really no benefit to smoke nicotine at all. You know, if we're just speaking on nicotine terms. But don't turn around and tell me that you don't have any bad habits, you know? Like, you do not pay me enough to quit my bad habit that I've become very accustomed to. I don't want to say I'm dependent on it, but let's be real here. I'm dependent on it, right? I'm going to go a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs if I don't have a little bit of nicotine in my system. I don't like that. But, you know, unfortunately, my little neural pathways, they're going crazy. They just cemented into place. So now it's like, wake up, nicotine, you know? And I don't believe I can go an entire 8-hour shift without vaping. That's just not me. It's just not me, unfortunately. That is what gets me through the day. Just like for some people, you know, coffee gets them through the day. So if you want me to quit vaping, I want you to put down one of your bad habits with me. You know, all or nothing, right? So, I'm sure you probably have, 4 or 5 cups of coffee a day, which I'm sorry, y'all, that's not fucking normal. If you seriously cannot function, like, I love coffee. Do not get me wrong, guys. I'm not hating on the coffee community. I fucking love coffee. I just don't have it that much because, one, it gets me a little jittery. It gets me a little, you know, I don't need it in the morning. I just like the taste of it and so on and so forth. I understand why some people need it. That's fine. Cool. Whatever. Great. I need weed. So I'm not judging. Hey, I'm not judging. It's healthier for you probably than smoking a fucking joint with your morning coffee, okay? Seriously, do not get it twisted. I'm not judging nobody here. I'm just saying that, you know, don't tell me to drop that. Judging down on me, trying to be like, you know, don't vape. Like, you drop coffee, bitch, and tell me how you feel. You know? Whoa, at $15 an hour, you're gonna tell me to quit vaping? You're funny. She was nice, though. She was nice. And you know what? I'm gonna rip this vape just for her. You're not gonna see it, but just know it happened. This is for you. Yeah. Ooh. You know what I've been watching? Next topic. You know what I've been watching, though? Ned's Declassified. Whoa! You know? I've been watching that shit because I am a 2002 baby, so when did that... Oh, I'm using my phone to record. I'm such a silly goose when I do that. Came out in 2004, so 2 years after I was born. I knew it. I knew that. The fuck out of here. I knew that. But so naturally, I didn't understand it growing up. Like, I started watching it in elementary school, so like, fuck, I know about middle school, you know what I mean? And by the time middle school came up, it was the war on cable, you know, so everybody was ditching cable. It was like, fuck that shit. So there's no more Ned's Declassified, you know? Didn't see that shit for years. I mean, it's literally been 10 years since I watched that show. Like an entire episode of that show, which is crazy to say, but also the truth. So yeah, super cool. And I really enjoy it now because I understand what's going on, you know? And I have to say, I have a few notes here. Let me just go into detail. It is the best kids show. Oh, is this gonna give me hate? I don't know. I don't give a fuck because I don't care. It has to be the best written, the best scripted. I mean, that's the same thing, whatever. Maybe the best filmed. It's just the right amount, like, of shitty. Just the right amount of shitty. And what do I mean by that? Back in the early 2000s, the TV shows didn't feel as polished, if you will. Oh, look at me using words that I don't normally use. It wasn't as polished. So like nowadays, you know, a lot of TV shows, I don't watch kids shows. I mean, I'm assuming majority of them are like cartoons now. I don't fucking know. I don't know what kids are watching. Cocomelon and fucking something on the Disney Channel. Does it even exist anymore? I don't know. I guess I'll find out in 10 years if I decide to repopulate. So it's interesting though, because I like growing up, I never really like identified with a kids show. I watched there were so many of them, so it's like, fuck, I'm gonna watch them all. And Declassified wasn't really on that much, and I'm surprised. I know I just forgot what I was saying, but I'm seriously like surprised at that show. I didn't see it as much, and I'm surprised it didn't go farther. I wonder. I didn't do any fucking research for this, so maybe in another episode I'll like retouch Ned's Declassified, because they have a Devon and Daniel, so Ned and Cookie from the show have a podcast now. I'm assuming it's starting this year, January 10th. It comes out 2023. Obviously, we're in this year. I'm not sure if that will really matter or make a difference to, you know, I don't know who will see this, but, you know, check that out if you do like them. I'm assuming that they're gonna, I mean, I didn't really like look that much into it, but I'm assuming it'll probably be like them going over a lot of stuff and with the show and what they've been doing now, and that's super cool, because I haven't seen any of them besides Lindsay Shaw. I feel like I have seen her. But regardless, let me get into this, right? Why is it like the greatest? The shitty part, right. Why, getting back to that. I like when shows like feel low budget, because it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like there was that much pressure. Like, it looked like it was fun. You know, they know their lines because they want to, you know, it looks like it was just kind of like a fun job to have. And it seemed like the cast really liked each other. I really like this guy, Darren Norris. He's like janitor Gordy in the show. Fucking love that man. I thought he was Tom Hanks as a child. I used to mix him and Tom Hanks up all the time. So like I would think Tom Hanks is on Nickelodeon. Interesting. Like my brain couldn't decipher. Doesn't matter. But that guy is fucking awesome. I don't know what he does now, because I don't even know if he works at Disney Channel anymore. Or fucking Nickelodeon. But, I want to know if he's doing anything. He just seems so cool. He seems like a nice guy, you know? And he's just like, I don't know, like, he's really funny. Like, the comedy in that show, like, you can tell it's universal. Like, you can kind of apply a lot of the shit that they talk about, obviously, you know, in the survival guide. Like, it's actually good advice, you know? Sometimes when I'm confused, sometimes when I'm feeling unsure, the Ned's Declassified song goes on. It goes, "Dur, dur, dur," and he just talks me through it. Yeah. I hope that's not weird. It's just, I don't know. It's cute. I love the show. Very well done on their part. My last topic, though, and I think I'll close it out. Maybe I'll go enjoy a little bit of my night. Okay? I'm working overtime. I'm fucking putting in the hour for you guys. Hour. I don't think I'm gonna do this any further than an hour. Because, you know what, I care. I fucking care about my podcasting journey. And if you don't care about my podcasting journey, please click the fuck off of here. You're not welcome, bitch. Also, yes you are. Everyone's welcome. Chill. Okay, so my last topic for now is astrology. So my mom got me an astrology journal from Five and Below, because she's awesome and she knows me like the back of her fucking hand. I mean, I'm a very easy person to shop for, let's be real here. if you buy me something, there is a good chance I am going to like it. I mean, I'm going to like it regardless of if it's good or bad, because you thought of me when you bought it, and that's very cool, and I enjoy that. And so it's basically like it's set up. There's a bunch of info in the beginning, so I did a little bit of reading. And then after I read a little bit, because I don't know, I know about astrology, but like I don't know that much about astrology. Like I understand it, but I have a better understanding now that I read that goddamn journal, okay? And so basically what you do is you track what the astrological season is, what the phase of the moon is, how are you feeling, did your horoscope come true today, and like write down your horoscope, and how'd you feel at the beginning of the day, how do you feel at the end of the day, key aspects and shit. You know, it's just like a great thing to log, learn about the planets, learn about horoscopes if you believe in that shit, which honestly at some point in your life you will think that astrology is a little freaky, a little bit like, well, maybe these dots do align, maybe the stars and the planets do have a little bit to do with my emotions and where I'm at in life and whatever. If you don't ever feel that way, whatever, I don't fucking care, because a lot of people think it's bullshit, and honestly, if I wasn't open-minded, I think it's bullshit too. I still make fun of it. It's fun to make fun of it. Okay? It's fun to make fun of yourself as well. You know? It's all in good fun. And I like sounding delusional sometimes. What can I say? So I got into astrology though for realsies because why did I even get into astrology? It was back in 2018, and I didn't really like know what the fuck it was all about. Holy moly. And I just incorporated it ever since then. You just slowly add on to your knowledge as you see fit. Start learning about charts. That really like opened my eyes to like, holy moly, maybe this all does mean something. Because like when you just know about astrology from the horoscopes in the newspaper and just your sun sign, it's not gonna resonate. It's really not. Because that's literally, imagine like, bruv, imagine that this Arizona tea is an iceberg. The cap is the tip of the iceberg. That's your stars, or your star sign, like your sun sign, you know, what the month you're born in. And now, when the tide's clear, I don't know. This is astrology in actuality. You know, it's a big fucking fat ass Arizona tea. That's astrology. That's what it is. And now, notice how there's much more to the Arizona tea when the water's clear, or to astrology. That's because you need all the other planets in their little signs to know for sure, like, to really get an accurate representation of one, like, the planets and how they affect you, and also yourself. You learn a lot about yourself, how to really, I don't know, it is a little crazy. It is a little crazy when you actually read it, because I think a lot of people just get overwhelmed. At least I did when I first read my chart. I was like, fuck, there's so many placements and there's so many planets and houses. What the fuck are houses? And also, what do I do with this information? You know, what are we doing? And then I just would hold it off. I would procrastinate learning about this shit, even though it really wasn't that like fucking hard to learn. I was just afraid that, I don't know, I was afraid that I was too stupid to know it. I don't know. I guess I wasn't just open to it. I was not open to learning about it, right? And so I thought it was stupid. I made fun of it, you know. Why'd you murder that person? Oh, it's because I'm a Capri Sun. It's because I'm an Aquarium, you know. You guys think you're so funny with your little jokes about astrology, don't you? You know, sometimes life gets fucking hard and shit. We gotta turn to something. We need something else to put our faith in. And a lot of people, in America at least, choose God. They like Christianity. They're like, yeah, God, love God, praise Jesus. And that's cool. I rode that wave for a little bit. My nana's all about that, Still have not read the Bible. Would like to. Shit's fucking hard. But, maybe one time. Maybe one day. But in actuality, I think it's a little hypocritical for people to think it's, how you say, bullshit and just like a whole bunch of lies when it comes to astrology, and then turn around and go to church. Because I'm sorry, I think it's a little funny to believe that a man, of all things, at least from what I've heard, the general consensus is that God is a man. So it's the first man ever, whatever. And then he created earth, did all the things, and then on the seventh day he said, let there be light. Lights, camera, action. Adam and Eve. Whole thing went down, I know the general idea of what the fuck's going on in the Bible, but now, the Bible, though, like the 10 Commandments, like all the rules and things like that, like it's crazy to me that people would rather follow that, which is just a whole bunch of restriction. It's a whole bunch of, fear mongering. It makes you feel bad. Like, yeah, maybe I'm not saying all Christians feel bad. Obviously, I mean, they follow it, so obviously they don't. They like it. I'm just saying, to me, it makes me feel bad. It makes me fear a lot of things. It makes me think I'm doing something wrong at all points of the day because I sin. I do. Fuck it. I sin. Like, because a lot of the things on the sin list are fun, and I do them, I'll be having sex before marriage. Fuck. I'm not a good Christian girl. I'm not. And I never want to be. I never wanted to be. I think there is a level of respect that I have for a higher being. I wouldn't call it God. And I also wouldn't put a, label on it, a human label on it, because if there is any creator that just, created us, there is no way in hell that it's human, because goddamn, we would not be here right now. If our creator is human, okay, there's absolutely no way that we would be here right now. Nope. Humans fuck up way too much. Look at all of history. Okay, I'm surprised we're still here. It's crazy, but we are. 8 billion of us. That is crazy. But, yeah, so tying it back to the astrology thing, though, I think it's very just interesting that a lot of people, God-loving, Christian-loving people, do not fuck with astrology. And, of course, as they'll always say, when something comes up that they don't agree with, that scares them, they're always going to revert to saying it's the devil's work. Satan created it. If you follow this shit, you're going to hell. Because you want to know why? It's Satan. It's like, maybe it's not. Have you ever thought? Maybe if it doesn't align with your views, does it always have to be Satan? It's a little extreme. Because the only thing that I really do with my astrology knowledge is write in a journal. I believe that the moon and all the planets are influencing me. I'm a little delusional, maybe. Shit, you can call me delusional, but don't say I'm satanic. Come on now. Guys, I haven't even touched a Ouija board. I haven't conducted any possessions. Guys, please believe me. Guys, please. But for realsies, this isn't about Christianity. This isn't about Dick Wright and God. Astro Cafe is a great resource if you want to learn about the planets, especially in your chart. So basically, it'll give you your chart, your placements, like the houses, everything. It gives you all that information. And then it gives you a whole page of knowledge on who you are as a person and your tendencies, qualities, good, positive, negative, whatever. It's a fantastic tool if you want to look into this shit. That's all I use when I need to look up my chart, the only thing you need to know is your birthday, your name, where you were born, and what time. So, like, where you were born, meaning the state and the town. You need the exact location because, I don't know, it all depends. And it's all, like, if you don't have all of that stuff, like, if you just have a general idea, that can work too. It's just that it won't be as accurate of a chart that you get back. You know what I mean? The more information you put into it, the more accurate the chart's gonna be, you know? And that shit has helped me quite a bit. It's actually crazy. You know, it's good for self-improvement. It's good for learning about yourself. Astrology is just a cool way of getting in touch with maybe that alien side, that extraterrestrial side of yourself that you're like, hey, maybe I'm like a starseed, you know? I don't know. Come on, guys. But in all honesty, just like experience, just fucking live, just do your thing, you know, take your time, be easy on yourself. Like, fuck, man. You know? I don't know where I was going with that, but it seems like I am finished for tonight. I don't know. What are you guys doing after this? You guys want to hang out? You guys want to do anything? Does someone want to teach me how to fucking play that thing? I know how to play By the Stars by Marina and the Diamonds. Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. It would have been cool if I remembered that, but I didn't. Brain is out to lunch. I don't know. Just watched this movie with Aaron Paul. It's like this. Honestly, the title card looked like it was made on fucking Pixar or something. It looked low budget as fuck. Now, I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm not trying to. I'm just, like, giving you my initial thoughts on the movie. So I was like, I don't know. It's got Aaron Paul in it, you know, 2019. He just ended, that was just around the time they ended, you know, the Breaking of Bad. So, and he plays it's called The Parts We Lose. And he plays a runaway criminal. He's like on the run. I don't know. He does some shit. Whatever. And it's really fucking good. I thought he would have acted like Jesse. Me being stupid idiot. But no, he acts like a southern guy because it's in like No, it's not in Louisiana. It's probably somewhere up north because it was snowy. But yeah. So movie was really fucking good. I watched that. Wasn't what I expected. Guys, it really just does tie into the fact that you really just cannot judge a book by its goddamn cover. So, or a movie. So I watched it. It was on Prime. It's called The Parts We Lose. Like I said, if you ever wondered what it was like to be deaf, what it would be like to be deaf, watch that movie. It's pretty sick. It's one kid's story about being deaf. And it's really fucking good. And it's just like makes you like, honestly, I'm gonna be for realsies. I don't think I could live without my eyesight. I love seeing. Seeing is like my hobby. Seeing is my passion. But I don't think I could live without hearing. For fucking sure. And I understand now why people do not want, like when deaf people get the cochlear implants, like when they're adults, they're like, please get this the fuck out of my head. I hate this. Like, turn it off. And I get it now. Watch that shit with good fucking headphones on and like turn it up to a uncomfortable volume and you'll understand what it's like to be fucking deaf. And like, cause like, what's it called? I mean, at least I think I've had my hearing for as long as I've been alive. So like, deaf people, please correct me. But fucking, I have my Beats headphones on watching that shit. And when you have it, like, it goes in and out. So, like, at some parts, you know, like, when they're trying to show that someone's deaf, they like muffle the sound. So it goes to that, and then it just like, you know how it just amplifies and goes back to normal. Oh, bro, it hurt. I'm not gonna lie, it fucking hurt. Like, I didn't want it. I turned it down, you know, but even when I turned it down, it was like, ugh, it's just not the same. I wish it was muffled. It feels more comfortable. Me never being deaf, but being comfortable with, like, if I went deaf tomorrow, I'd be like, okay. I'm literally a musician. I'd be fucking... Who was Beethoven? Beethoven was the one who was deaf, right? I'm pretty sure he was. I would be Beethoven, though. Because I would... Honestly, I could live just feeling the vibrations and just in my own world, not having to hear anything. Just fucking, like, no one... You literally don't have to worry about fucking anything ever again. Waking you up? No. Don't even think about it. Unless, I mean, it's vibrating. Like, there's a huge vibration. Okay, fine. But, like, noise? Forget about it. It's so nice. Because I love sticking those silicone earplugs into my ears. Just, like, getting them real, like a worm. Like a Play-Doh little worm, you know? When you're making gnocchis with your Nana. You just gotta roll out the dough. Do that? Yeah, that's what I do with the silicone earplugs. And I just shove them in. And it's so nice. You just zero out. You don't hear shit. It's so fucking nice. I love not hearing anything, because what I do is it might be a little, you know, counterintuitive. Is that what you say? But I turn on a podcast, either very really good. Well, honestly, yeah, it's only very really good. Curtis is very calming to listen to at night, and so I turn him on. I put that to the side, you know, and then I put my all black, like it literally blacks out your eyes, sleeping mask, and then I put in my mouth guard. Fucking love that thing, because I'm a dirty little teeth grinder. And then I put in my earphones, and like I can still sort of hear him, but I can't make out a single goddamn word he's saying, and that is the best part of it. I know he's talking, but I don't know what he's saying. So it's like I can watch the video twice. I rewatched the podcast a lot. That's kind of just all I watch on YouTube, on Spotify. But yeah, so you're welcome, Curtis. I actually give you a lot of fucking views, so maybe I'm your top 1% viewer. I probably will be, honestly, if either well, I haven't listened to TMG in a little while. I don't know why. Maybe their intellectual farts and cum jokes are not just... I'm just not in that intellectual headspace right now. But, yeah, no. But I can watch the episode, have it playing, and I'll be able to rewatch it in the morning, and I have no idea. It's like I never even watched it. It's great. It's amazing. And that's the beauty of silicone little earplugs that everyone should have, because I used to use the like memory foam ones. What the fuck were those ones, you know? I mean, the silicone ones still fall out, but those ones would fall out at an insane rate. An insane goddamn rate. But yeah, y'all. I don't know, second episode, super fun, super cool, super fresh, super fleek. Looks like you made it to the end of the second episode. Well, let's just conclude the key points here. Don't do drugs without me. Fall against the classified like a goddamn religion. And guys, become delusional. This has been More at 6 with Ari. I'm your host, Ari. Take it easy. Have a good night. Woo! Never fear.